devices, virtual camera. And yeah, that seems like it's working. All right, we're just getting fired up here. I'll just go share the live on Facebook. Let's see. I have faith that Twitch will catch up eventually. Okay. Chat. There we go. All right. Dansukakyo. Trying a different, always tinkering with our streaming setup here. The format, how we're going to do this. I'm curious. I've got TikTok Studio set up on my desktop. And I'm trying out vertical and horizontal format tonight, so we'll see what that does. So I'm just going to double check and see what that looks like. Hopefully that makes it a little bit more accessible. Yeah, that seems okay. Yeah. And then if I go horizontal, how do I do that? Oh, and then it switches to the other one. That's kind of cool, actually. Okay, cool. And double check that the audio is coming through okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Cool. All right. What that really means, and we're also streaming on Discord tonight. On the Discord server, and I don't know if there's a chat on this. Oh yeah, there we are. Show chat. I don't think there's anybody in there yet, but yeah. There we go. I get all my chats lined up so I can monitor this. What is your name on Twitch? I think it's under, let me check. I think it's under Aaron Faye. No, Otapemsu. How would you even find that? I don't think I have the link to my bio on Twitch or whatever. I don't think I have Twitch in there yet. All right, I'm just trying to figure out how to get everything lined up. I think that's okay. I just need to be able to keep an eye on the chats, because I got a bunch of chats running here. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. Hiya. Danese, kakyo. Mio tips sick. Measin naya. Kispintago sinien. Utaga totskata mahkomaya. Atsumun. Kagiatsumo stoi. Akagiatsumo stago yakawan. Aya kisayanu. West fine day siga so. Aya. Nagiwat si ote. Ego aya Mr. Higgy Mr. Aya mite tatsamon aya. Ipiasana magoya. Ego aya. E matoskata ma uhe. Usama aya. Aya mananto. Bill's still having trouble getting on Keanu.net, eh? Definitely message me after. We should have. Oh yeah, you had to take off last night, so we had a really good set last night. Transcribing with Oginapeowak. Dipskoke. I hope we do that again. That was super fun. It's fun to have a bunch of folks in the same in the same room. What are you looking for? Oh, I've got one right here, I'm certain. Okay. Brandon, Menanto. Just gonna tweak. I've got a whole new setup tonight, so I'm just gonna tweak things a tiny bit. I got audio routing things and video routing things, and it's a whole affair. But anyway, let's get going. If you're on TikTok, please drop me a comment. Actually, whatever platform you're on, just drop me your comment. Let me know that the audio is working good. I'm going to back up. So we're at 57 minutes. That means there's about 6 minutes left on this transcription. And if we really, I don't know that we could get through the whole, well, yeah, I don't know. That's a lot. But we're pretty close. Like we're pretty close. All right, let's just tie into it. And if I miss your comment, just ping me again. I'm just monitoring a whole bunch of different stuff here, so. Oh, you know what we were going to do? Let's go back to about 56 minutes, and we'll just listen through. Maybe about here. On the Discord, how do you find that? If you go to my site on Facebook, Keanu Chisqua. Pretty sure the link is still there. So this is my site here. And then there should be a link. Let me see if I can find it. Might have to search Discord. See if that comes up. Yeah. Try that link and see if it works, Cyrus. Let me know if it doesn't. But I'm live streaming on Discord. We have a small language group there. And it's been a little bit quiet, but I'm trying to get it going again here. So if you jump in there, it's actually like the ideal place to stream, I think. Yeah, audio's great. Awesome. Let's listen back. We're going to jump back to right around 56 minutes, and we'll just get caught up a little bit on the story. You see, we missed one there. Next one? Oh no, there it is. Cyrus, I can just fire you a link. Manato Christie. Cyrus, give me a second. I can just send you an invite to the Discord too if you want. Chisqua. Invite. Copy. Chisqua. How do I find you on Facebook there, bro? Yeah, Cyrus, check your inbox. I just sent you invite to the Discord there. All right, let's keep going. Oh, I'm getting from TikTok, the audio is doubled. Let me see. We ran into this issue last time. Is it my voice is doubled, or is it that the audio we're listening to is doubled? There's a little bit of an echo, maybe. The audio we're listening to. Okay, let me have a listen. Okay. Let me see if I can tweak this. As I have a new setup tonight, and I must not have tested this part. I'll get it fixed. See if I can get it fixed here. Okay, so I know what the issue is at least. Okay, bear with me. We're only a few minutes into our live here. I just need to make a couple adjustments to my audio setup, see if I can fix this. So, yeah, I think I figured out what it is. I've got a new, we're trying out another, where I was experimenting with like how to do this streaming thing and wire all the bits together, and it would take 15 minutes to describe the ridiculous setup I have here. So let me just try a couple things and see. The problem I'm running into right now is the audio is good for you, but I can't hear it. So just give me a second. 1 second. I'll see if I can fix the... If I take this off and I put that back on, and now I'm just going to jump back in. That seems to be working. No, but the echo's back. See, I thought I had this all smoothed out. What a pain. All right, bear with us, bear with us. We'll get this sorted out. Okay, that seems to work. I just need to figure out how to kill that echo. We'll figure it out. Give me a sec. Here, I had this all sorted out. I was like, yes, we're in a good spot for tonight. Let me try that. And now, what does that do? That seems fine. What about the audio now? Disqua. Oh my goodness. Disqua. Let me try, bear with me folks. Just need a couple more minutes to sort this out. Okay, if that seems to be fine.
Igi nugu tat. Igi hispinatak.
Just I can't hear it. Just go.
Tanti hego. Ego to oisino. Yawaya.
That seems
Maga.
to have fixed it. I just need to make one little tweak here because I can no longer hear the audio. 1 second. Yeah, just give me 1 more second here. No, that's not what I want. Audio MIDI setup. And if I do that now,
Kia pitspia ganong me ispih tagi tegi ispih te tawa ko magisewat so win.
okay. Is that better?
Kia pitspia ganong me ispih tagi tegi ispih te tawa ko magisewat so win. So
okay.
Tamoin sipe tamoin.
I think we're good. Audio debugging live. Super fun. Okay. I think we're set up. I still want to go back. Sorry, I want to listen to this one more time because I get my head back into this space. We were debugging audio and I'm like, where are we? Okay, one more time.
Eu gomsta he egi te tawa. Tapu e wene kiska ko tawana apeo. Hawi nai wa ko tak kagino te utogi mami ya kom. Eksi se itatse te sok se tawai sino. Eksan mata po kagia tais paikoma. Mina tapsko soma nutun tone mina ita kagi PMCG wetu na wetu ma igo egi PMCG chaha taisino. Ego mina kauta mahot. Ego mina kauta mahot.
I don't know that word. Damahot. Dama. Nope. I will just leave it for now.
Onape gasolino. Ego minam tone onape gasolino. Onape gasolino. Ego minam tone giagi te egim stagi te.
Onape gasolino. Is that a long O? That should be in there. Gasolino. Eo tamihot. Okay, let me listen to that again.
Ego mina kauta mahot.
Oh, damahot. I just don't know the word. I just don't know what it means.
Onape gasolino. Ego minam tone giagi te egim stagi te. Onape gasolino. Ego minam tone giagi te egim stagi te.
Iagihtik. Emistagihtik, I think he said.
Onape gasolino. Ego minam tone giagi te egim stagi te.
Agihtek, like mittenegi agihtek, thought highly of, I guess. What does that mean? Agihtek. Value, counted, considered. How would you interpret that? Mistagihtek. Christy, is that for that word we were struggling with? Gawo tamahot. Is that the one you mean?
Ego mina kautamahot.
Let's do a really quick search here. Yeah, strikes. Oh, I see. Strikes someone with a weapon. Was struck with a weapon. Yeah, good. Jisqua. Yeah, good ear. Let me just check the... This is one of those HW ones that I... What's the X-actor version of this? X to 3. This one. There it is right there. But I don't think it's going to show up the way I want. Oh, dama. Oh, because it doesn't like this. Yeah. So, yeah, good catch. You're right. So,
Ego mina kautamahot.
he might not be saying the wah in there. It's something he does a lot. Kawo tamahot. Good one. This is what makes transcribing way more fun. I call it multiplayer. Oh, is my screen not... Oh, no, it seems fine. If the screen stops updating, let me know. I've had that happen before. Just let me know. I refreshed everything this week, so it should be fine. Let me get back over to my... Yeah, okay.
Wanape rasoino. Ego minam tonegi agihtek. Egim stagihtek.
Egi mistagihtek.
Kispino ega pueutamohat. Ego he paktinat kapmatsit kika wainoki wet. Kispino ega pueutamohat. Ego he kispino ega pueutamohat.
Ka... Po...
Ego he paktinat.
It's that same word.
Kispino ega pueutamohat.
Awia apo. I think that's what it is.
Kispino ega pueutamohat.
No. No, it sounds like ga po, but I don't... One more time.
Ego he pak. Kispino ega pueutamohat.
It's that same word. Utamahot. I'll just put it in there. I don't know what it means. If some...
Kispino ega pueutamohat. Ego he paktinat kapmatsit kika wainoki wet.
Bagetin...
Kispino ega pueutamohat. Ego he paktinat kapmatsit kika wainoki wet.
Oh, I'm struggling with this one.
Kispino ega pueutamohat. Ego he paktinat kapmatsit kika wainoki wet.
Bimatasit.
Kispino ega pueutamohat. Ego he paktinat kapmatsit kika wainoki wet.
Just need that last part.
Ego he paktinat kapmatsit kika wainoki wet.
Gonna go back. Y and O is like back. I don't think that'll show up. I'm going to listen to that beginning part one more time and see if I can, because like I think, what does that mean? Upwell? Is that a preverb? Just let me get that first bit again. I think he's saying po iuhtamahot. It's just the way he's saying it. I'm pretty sure it's po. I think I saw Neil jump on the TikTok stream, but he's being suspiciously quiet. Kawaii no gi wait. There we go. Okay, let's just keep going. I'll come. We'll do a second pass at some point. And actually, what I'll do is. Yeah, I'll just flag that because I'm not 100% certain. Probably spelled that wrong. Kichitagwag. Kichitagwag. Dagwan. Kichitagwan. Really? What am I doing here? Huh. Gitseitagwan. Of course. Spinata. I already forget what this word means. I just looked it up. Has earned it. Interesting. Okay, keep going.
Neuki koe homma nakakita. Neuki koe homma nakakita. Neuki koe homma nakakita.
Is he saying anna in there? Neuki koe homma anna.
Neuki koe homma nakakita.
It's a long I. Tasitamak. I think that's what I'm hearing. Angela Cook on TikTok is saying, oh, I know there's a delay, so let me go back. You're saying nagatitamak.
Neuki koe homma nakakita.
Huh. Interesting. Can do it, it means. Let me see if I can find the word. Nagat.
Neuki koe homma nakakita. Neuki ko e homma nakakita sihtamak.
I'm hearing tasih tamah in there for sure. There's something, it's just the bits in the middle I can't quite make out. I'll just flag this one and we'll come back to it. It's one of those ones where I can just, the next time I sit down with Wes, I'll just ask him, what is this word?
Eu ko uki mau. Eu ko uki mau. Kagi te tai sino. Igi no guhtat. Igi hispinatak.
Kispinatat, I think. Kispinatat. I think that's what I'm hearing.
Itehta gwan mano megwa kaya se te gwemtone.
Tihtaguan.
Itehta gwan mano megwa kaya se te gwemtone.
Mana, uma, egua.
Itehta gwan mano megwa kaya se te gwemtone.
Gaias itague mitone. I just love how sometimes let me get my thoughts straight here. There's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6. I love the way that you can use all of these words to shape the context, and I hope someday I understand how they inform the context when you use them together. I hope I have that level of understanding someday, because I'm like, there's more to this. Anyway, guy say the way mitane, he's about to say something else. So we'll just keep going a little bit. I'm just like,
Tante hegwa. Eko to oishino. E awaya.
gotaga I see nu. Just qua.
Tante hegwa. Eko to oishino.
Eu goto.
E awaya.
To I see nu.
Tante hegwa. Eko to oishino. E awaya.
That's what I'm hearing. I don't know that word. I think he's saying like, where do those kind of people exist? Let me list it one more time.
Tante hegwa. Eko to oishino. E awaya.
I think that's what I'm hearing. I are found. Interesting. Angela Cook says, I hak. Is that what you're hearing?
Tante hegwa. Eko to oishino. E awaya.
Ayawayak. Chisqua are to be found, you're saying. That's really interesting. The verb is ayawil. Ayawayak. Which is going to be us to them. The plural kind. Ayawayak, this one. Interesting. Sorry, that doesn't show up on the TikTok vertical very well, but it's kind of where we are tonight. Ayawayak. That's interesting.
Tanti hego to oishino. Yawaya.
Yeah, that's interesting. Lots of big gaps here, so we're at 58 minutes already.
Maga namoy sigayas. Oha timona kata sihtama.
Isagayas.
Maga namoy sigayas. Oha timona kata sihtama.
Uhe. Atsimuna. Itatasitaman, I think he said.
Maga namoy sigayas. Oha timona kata sihtama.
These stories aren't from that long ago that I'm discussing, I guess. Angela following, but oh, you don't need. Yeah, mananto. I appreciate the follow. Your presence is gift enough, Angela. Hi, kananaskumtin. Tapwe Starbright says, where do we have those kinds of people? Yeah, that's kind of how I was reading into that. The phrasing is always really interesting. The way a fluent speaker will phrase something. And as learners, I always say that's like the one of the more challenging things to figure out is the correct way to phrase something. So we're just a really interesting part of the transcription. We're at the end of the story. He's been telling the story for an hour. And we're just at a really interesting place in the story. We're sort of wrapping up. Yeah.
Kaya pitspia ganong may ispih tagi tegi ispih te tawa ko magisewat sawin.
Kaya pits long eh. Kaya pits.
Kaya pitspia ganong may ispih tagi tegi ispih te tawa ko magisewat sawin.
Ispih tagi tik. Come on. Uma.
Kaya pitspia ganong may ispih tagi tegi ispih te tawa ko magisewat sawin.
Ispih te taguak.
Kaya pitspia ganong may ispih tagi tegi ispih te tawa ko magisewat sawin.
Gisewatsuin. Yeah. Just this one word. Let me see if I could find this one. Gisewatsuin. Long name. Ispi. I wonder if you can say. I think ispi tagi take. I'm just gonna flag that one because I don't know if I'll flag it like that. I'm confident on the spelling, but that's one thing about working with fluent speakers with these old stories. There's like lots of words, the way you can construct words that we won't find in the dictionary. They would say the dictionary is never complete anyway, but it's just super interesting. Yeah. Angela says, our lingo has a voice of its own that each of us make our own. Yeah. Miyasan. It's interesting too, like the regional variations, or sometimes one of the things that's super interesting is Angela says, Ispi tagitek up to that point in the story. Interesting. With my naive understanding of words sometimes, I will give a really naive, like my learner interpretation of a phrase or something. But then a fluent speaker will typically and almost always like offer this very beautiful translation. And I'm like, it's just like so rich and embedded in the whole context of the story. Life goals right there.
So ke tamoin si pe tamoin.
So ke itamuin. So ke itam. That's interesting. That doesn't. So ke tamuin.
So ke tamoin si pe tamoin.
Si pe tamuin. Is that like patience? No. Si pe tamuin. Si pe tamuin. That one spell checked fine. Patience. Interesting. This one's a spell checker issue.
Mamahtawan. Ego nekkia pits.
Ego ne. Kiapits, I'm hearing. I think that's what he said.
Mamahtawan. Ego nekkia pits.
I think he's saying ego nick.
Eni kaen kapawihi chiko kitai si nimnoak. Eni kaen kapawihi chiko kitai. Eni kaen kapawihi chiko.
Gawin kapawi. Gawin kapawihi tik. Nigo and Gapawihitik. Is that to be like made to stand at the front or something? That's a really interesting word. Strength of lessons. Oh, this is back to that Sipe Tamuin. Angela's saying, strength of lessons relayed and gifted. Pe Tamuin gave to me a word to know a strong lesson. I was just putting that together. Ni ga just sounds like ni gan, ni gawin, that gapu wihi tik. It just sounds like made ni gawin. I wonder if that's a word on its own. Let me listen to it one more time.
Eni kaen kapawihi chiko kitai si nimnoak.
Okay.
Eni kaen kapawihi chiko kitai si nimnoak. Eni kaen kapawihi chiko kitai si nimnoak.
I see Nimnoak. I see Nimnuak. Huh. Interesting. I might be spelling that wrong, but that's fine. And this one, that's quite the word. First and foremost, Ni Gawin. Know your languages, Angela's saying. Interesting. Let's keep going. We're just about at 59 minutes here.
Eko niko ke mawak. Mihche to ogwe moni awak.
Me,
eko niko ki maawak. Mihche to ogui muni awak.
I think he's saying oogi.
Eko niko ki maawak. Mihche to ogui muni awak. Uyasiwe awak. Namoye ogogi mauk ni taiti kunawak.
Uyasue wak. Is that like, would you call that a lawyer? Uyasue wak? Or, wonder how you interpret that. Mamatao one egonik, these chiefs and councils. Many that answer to the whites. Something, the meat of the issue, Angela says.
Uyasiwe awak. Namoye ogogi mauk ni taiti kunawak. Uyasiwe awak. Namoye ogogi mauk ni taiti kunawak. Uyasiwe awak.
Uyasue wak could be like lawmakers, maybe?
Uyasiwe awak. Namoye ogogi mauk ni taiti kunawak. Uyasiwe awak. Namoye ogogi mauk ni taiti kunawak.
Ita kun wak.
Uyasiwe awak. Namoye ogogi mauk ni taiti kunawak.
He's saying nita in there, but I don't understand. Okay. One more time.
Uyasiwe awak. Namoye ogogi mauk ni taiti kunawak.
Ki nita ita gun wak. Is that what he's saying? I think that's what I'm hearing. It sounds to me like they want us to lose our own ways that we had, you're saying. Oh, interesting. Uyasuo. They make laws. Yeah. Like Uyasuoin. Uyasuo. They make laws to say, those chiefs don't exist, I guess, is the way I'm understanding that.
Uyasiwe awak. Namoye ogogi mauk ni taiti kunawak.
One more time.
Uyasiwe awak. Namoye ogogi mauk ni taiti kunawak.
I think that's what it is. I'm going to just flag this one and I'll just double check that one with Wes.
Osam. Namoye ni nane oche.
Let's grab a little bit more of that.
Namoye ni nane oche. Sitosko aya kita homa ki kaut net ki kapimka ki spinata. Namoye ni nane oche. Sitosko aya kita homa ki kaut net ki kapimka ki spinata.
Kita oma.
Kita homa ki kaut net ki kapimka ki spinata.
Kitka oten.
Kita homa ki kaut net ki kapimka ki spinata.
Kikapim ki spinatak. No. All right, let me alternate. Oh, okay. I think it is utneo. To take from there? Take someone or to take... I'm hearing kika alternate. Let me listen to the whole thing one more time. Yeah. Angela says, no, the chiefs do exist, but they step on our ways. The language used picks and chooses the gist of our ways and change how we use it.
O Sam, na mo ini na ne o se sito sko aya ke ta homa ki ka ut net ki ka gi spinata.
Gagi spinatak. I have to think about that for a minute. Changes outcomes, Angela says.
Pito sa iskuya wa. Awina na wa che chi ke tapset. Pito sa iskuya wa. Awina na wa che chi ke tapset. Pito sa iskuya wa. Awina na wa che chi ke tapset.
Ki tse. Ki tse dagusit. Probably spelling that wrong. Ki tse dagusit. Ki tse dagusit should be in there. That's weird. Because it's, broken. That's okay. Kitse tagsit. Yeah, that seems fine. I'll just flag it as an indexing issue. Spell checker problem. And we'll keep going.
Taneke, euko kaki o ke mau.
Kitse tagsit, the way I understand that is to be, I guess, respected, I guess. Thought highly of.
Taneke, euko kaki o ke mau.
Why is that one?
Taneke, euko kaki o ke mau.
Why should that one be chief, I guess? $59.
Namaki koi. Tansi mago tatsoin. Tanso manto ne chikan tanso ga. Namaki koi. Tansi mago tatsoin. Tanso manto ne chikan
What's that
tanso ga.
first word? Otatsuin? Otatsuin?
Tansi mago tatsoin. Tanso manto ne chikan tanso ga gi semoin. Tansi mago tatsoin. Tanso manto ne chikan tanso ga gi semoin.
Mamitone tsigan. What was the last one?
Tansi mago tatsoin. Tanso manto ne chikan tanso ga gi semoin.
Dance. How is their mind? Gagi someone. How are their prayers, I guess. Oh, how is it they, would you say live? Itatsu. Their character, disposition. How is their character? How is their thinking? How is their Gagi Simuin, which is prayer, but in this context, they're yeah. Angela says, the woman's voice chooses our leadership. Friend of woman goes by the name Trina CP. Go on Facebook. Fluent knows the great law language. Fully functional. Interesting. Hey, Cyrus, if you made it onto Discord, can you drop a comment in that chat and just see if that's working, please? It'd be greatly appreciated. Beauty. Love it. Oh, Momtanatsagan. I probably spelled that wrong. Momtanatsagan. Oh, did I put up? No, I didn't. Why is there a long O on that? That's weird. Huh. Oh, I gotta do my Facebook puzzle. Tisqua. Hooray. All right. Oh, we're getting so close here.
Egi no tanso waskawi wenegi siwa pahte hata isino.
Danse Owaskawiwin.
Egi no tanso waskawi wenegi siwa pahte hata isino.
Waskawiwin.
Egi no tanso waskawi wenegi siwa pahte hata isino.
Isiwa Bahtihat. Witsai who's that?
Egi no tanso waskawi wenegi siwa pahte hata isino.
What Waskawiwin is, I mean, generally movement. But in this context, I'm thinking more like Waskawiwin, like, I think he's talking more like in the context of how they're, his action, what kind of actions he showed to the people, I guess. It's my naive interpretation here. How awake. That's an interesting interpretation. Waskawiwin. Lifestyle. Lifestyle or activity. It's interesting. I know lots of people spell Tanse that way. In the SRO system, they don't do any omissions because there are some areas that don't just, they say Tanese, they pronounce every part of the word, and then there's meaning in there too, right? Tan is, the tan part is like the question, and then is sort of like thus, how something is. How are things? Tanese, how is it? So they do write it that way for a reason. Mestagihtik. Namoyamittone. And then Pogo Awiyak. We might actually grab that last bit and we'll just put it in the next chunk here.
Pogawiyak. Micheta isinoa. Ekakwe.
Ekakwe.
Pogawiyak. Micheta isinoa. Ekakwe. Ekakwe.
Oh. Let's grab a little more there.
Ekakwe. Wana hat negaituan.
Wana hat. Angela says, but today you can be anyone at all. Wanahao. I don't know that word. Oh yeah, wanahat. Distracted. It's easy to distract people. So he's saying back then it was valued a lot back then, but today not very much. There's one more chunk to this. Let's grab that last little bit. Game good. Let me think about this for a sec. Taga game good is to be thought. Taga game good, like game good or taga game good. To be thought that you're awesome, I guess. To be thought that that person is awesome. Taga, but I'm just guessing there. Tagake meo is the verb. To think well of someone. So let me think about this for a second here. Pogoawiak bitse taisinuak e kakwi wanahat. Ngaitwan. Kegataga kimgut. Holy. Tago teowa ksenu. Wes Fide has joined us in the the live stream. What a treat. Holy. It's going to make me all nervous now. Behavior, he says. Miasin. I was going to phone you today. I was thinking of that this morning. Oh, it's been a while. Guy says he's been a sweep tamuwat. A sweep tamuwakawa. Miasin anma. What a treat. Okay, let's keep going. I try not to get hung up on some of this. In the story, when the story's happening, there's a lot more I understand, but when at the end of the story sometimes I'm like, I have to think a little bit more about what's being said. We'll just keep going here. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Wiitse. Is that it? I don't know that word. Wiitse. That's what it sounds like to me. I see you. I see you. Come on. Notes. I'll come back to this one. Oh, I was wondering when that was going to happen. Every once in a while, I'm working on this bug right now. It is a 403. Okay. It doesn't come up very often, but because of the way we secure the data in the system, you get a temporary access to it and it expires. So we're trying to find a way to revalidate that access to the media file.
Kauke mauta puhoiak mitoni miitse te wako magan.
Kauke mauit.
Kauke mauta puhoiak mitoni miitse te wako magan.
Auiak mitoni miitsit.
Kauke mauta puhoiak mitoni miitse te wako magan.
Is there more to that? E wako magan.
Kauke mauta puhoiak mitoni miitse te wako magan.
E wako maganit. What if you'd say e wako maganit? Somebody has lots of relatives, I guess. One more time.
Kauke mauta puhoiak mitoni miitse te wako magan.
That's what I'm hearing anyway. Wakumagan. But if you add that, if you were to say somebody has a relative, do you say e wakumaganit? I think that's what I'm hearing.
No moe kutaki goi na pe kaso e.
Moe kutaki goi nape kasuan.
No moe kutaki goi na pe kaso e. Ke se watso e. So ke tabuin.
So ke damuin. Let's grab a little bit more of this one.
Ke se watso e. So ke tabuin. Mina mamo taui mo ke ki cheime.
O taui mau.
Ke se watso e. So ke tabuin. Mina mamo taui mo ke ki cheime.
Gitseyimit. Gitseyimit. Yeah, that should be right. Oh, short I. Gitseyimit. I was certain I spelled that right. Short O. Okay, and this one too. I think we ran into this word before and it didn't show up. I think it's spelled right. Sohki Tamuin. I think it's just a spell check issue.
Kapn sahame ko he si tegona.
It is Sahami.
Kapn sahame ko he si tegona.
Si Tsigewina. Si Tsigewina. Si Tsigewin. Oh, long I. Of course. Interesting.
Pito segwa. Kapi ay spy ko manos.
Pito Segwa.
Pito segwa. Kapi ay spy ko manos.
Happens differently today. Is spike notes. Would you say it's like come to be different these days? Wonder how you'd phrase that. Whenever bay is in there, it's like we've arrived at this place or it's come to be that way. It's the way I think of it. We are at 60 minutes. Man, we're making good time tonight.
Metone Kiki maksinau kanehiawia.
Kitemagisino. Kitemagsino.
Mitone kiki maksinau kanehiawia.
Kanehioyak.
Ikuni kaapmga kitchihchen goya kohe. Ikuni kaapmga kitchihchen goya kohe.
What's that word?
Ikuni kaapmga kitchihchen goya kohe.
Jin Goyak. Something like that.
Ikuni kaapmga kitchihchen goya kohe. Ikuni kaapmga kitchihchen goya kohe.
Huh. Wes just pulling out all the big words. I'm not 100% confident that I've got that right, but I'll come back to it.
Kaagipin sa sohkasta bago siya wana kita takom no. Kaagipin sa sohkasta bago siya wana kita takom no. Kaagipin sa sohkasta bago siya wana kita takom no.
That's what I'm hearing.
Kaagipin sa sohkasta bago siya wana kita takom no.
Sogastama Gosiak.
Kaagipin sa sohkasta bago siya wana kita takom no.
Kitatsa Gominoa. Our spirits. Oh, I thought I had that word in between there.
Kaagipin sa sohkasta bago siya wana kita takom no.
Mana. Kitatsa Gomnoa. It's probably a long A there. Attack. Yeah, no, it just won't. It probably won't have that. That's fine. And this one I think I have right. Sukastama Gosiak. Sounds to me like almost like to be given strength or to have to be not like emboldened, but like Sokastama Gosiak. To be given fortitude maybe or something. Just guessing at that one. It's kind of what it sounds like to me. Oh, not that. This one here. To be given... Oh, I keep doing the wrong thing here. This one. There we go. All right. Let's keep going. 60 minutes in. It's amazing. We might even... It's only 7:15. We might finish this story today.
Kagisoksi koyakok. Magegwa misipitos managap maita kamga.
Kisi koyakok. That's what I'm hearing.
Kagisoksi koyakok. Magegwa misipitos managap maita kamga.
Misipitos.
Kagisoksi koyakok. Magegwa misipitos managap maita kamga.
Itakamgak. Sokisi. See if we can find that. Sokiseheo would be the verb. No. Soksu, to be strong. Soksi koyakok, for them to make us strong, I guess. It's kind of the way I understand that. Just double checking that my video is still updating there.
Askogama mamto nehta manne mihtaateen.
Mamta nehta man.
Askogama mamto nehta manne mihtaateen.
Mihtahteen is like to regret something. Mitahtam. I think that's, yeah. Mamitto neihtamaan. There we go.
Kispin. Egwa matonchi na mamamto nehten mana matonchi apu. Kispin. Egwa matonchi na mamamto nehten mana matonchi apu.
Mamamta nehteen mana ahpo. Let me just double check I have all of that right.
Kispin. Egwa matonchi na mamamto nehten mana matonchi apu.
Matuansi apu. Whoops.
Nigahkaski hunki kawita magik ni stogi.
Kaskihun. Wonder if I could kaskihu accomplish that maybe. Kaskihu. Succeed at that. Have the ability to do that. But that ga, which you don't always hear quite so clearly. Oh, Tansi Delilah. Miasin. Delilah says, love these stories. Aye. We just had Wes here a moment ago. I'm not sure if he's still on the live or not. But it was a nerve-wracking moment to have Wes watch me transcribing his stories. Yeah, so far so good. So far so good. Now that we got the audio stuff figured out. Let me back up a little bit. Skoga mamtanet taman nemita tengi spin egwa matwansi na mamtanet mamtanet ten mana matwansi po nega gaski hun. That ga, in the books they call that, it's different than nega gaski hun. I'm going to do something. Nega gaski hun. What do they, in the books they call that the like theoretical. It's like I could, kind of like I could, I guess. That's how I understand that. We tap bimagik nista uge. Wes just throwing me some easy ones here.
Kagip misa na nape kasochik. Kagip misa mama tauschik.
I wonder if mitahtain, I interpret it as regret, but I wonder if there's another way to grieve over something or miss something, sorely miss something. So it's like, I wonder if the interpretation's a little bit different there.
Kagip misa na nape kasochik. Kagip misa mama tauschik.
Just want to get that false start.
Kagip misa na nape kasochik. Kagip misa mama tauschik.
Kagip isse mama taustik. Mama taustik. I wonder if I would be able to sit with those ones that were wondrous and brave, I guess. Mamah tao su. To be gifted, I guess. Like this kid wrecked my chair. Oh, there it is. Okay. Trying to get comfy here. The gifted ones.
Maka. Nikita maksin.
Maga nagita maksin.
Maka. Nikita maksin. Maga kaya apits nipnta kami mon nipmah kami mon nistoma.
Ahkameemun, I think you said.
Maka. Nikita maksin. Maga kaya apits nipnta kami mon nipmah kami mon nistoma.
Itahkameemun. Nitahkameemun nista. I didn't know you could say that. Itahkam. Let me listen to that one more time just in case I'm hearing it wrong.
Maka. Nikita maksin. Maga kaya apits nipnta kami mon nipmah kami mon nistoma.
It sounds like ahkameemo, but I think he's saying itahkameemo, itahkameemun, like to persist at a specific, in that specific direction, I guess. That's the way I'm kind of interpreting that. I'll flag it and clarify with Wes. We've got a pretty good list, actually. 61 minutes. We're just cooking here. Holy.
Miono te kisi. Eko koe misi piko tamaso anki koe.
It took us a long time to figure out what that was. Miono te kese.
Miono te kisi. Eko koe misi piko tamaso anki koe.
Piko tamasoyan. Piko tamasoyan. Did I hear all of that correctly?
Miono te kisi. Eko koe misi piko tamaso anki koe.
Piko tamasoyan. Missing a long, so I think it's a long I in that one. Piko, oh, H. Piko tamasoyan. There we go. So much good language here.
Namoyaw yan yung check-up mamam to ne tamane kusi si mago guntos. Namoyaw yan yung check. Namoyaw yan yung. Namoyaw yan yung check-up.
Awiya. Nia otse, I think I'm hearing.
Namoyaw yan yung check-up mamam to ne tamane kusi si mago guntos kaimak.
Just grab that last bit and listen to it again.
Tone tamane kusi si mago guntos kaimak. Tone tamane kusi si mago guntos kaimak.
What's that word?
Tone tamane kusi si mago guntos kaimak.
Oga, oge. Oginto skaimak. Tos. Oge. Toskaimak. Huh. Just go. Let's listen to it again. I'll listen to the whole thing.
Namoyaw yan yung check-up mamam to ne tamane kusi si mago guntos kaimak.
Oginto Skyamuk. Oginto. Nitto Skyamuk. That's what I'm hearing. I think he said Oge Nitto Skyamuk. My young people. I think that's what I'm hearing. They spell Oskaya weird. Something like that. Yeah. Oskayamuk. I think that's what I'm hearing. Do it one more time just for good measure.
Namoya ian you check up mamam to nehtamane kusi simago ginto Skyamuk.
Yeah, pretty sure that's what it is.
No simak nitanskuitapanak.
Now I'm more than certain because he said Nitanskotapanak. Somebody asked about this today. Nskotapan. We often hear Tsapan in lots of areas, but Anskotapan, I hear that just as often. Is it Anisko? Anskotapanak. Let's grab a little bit more for that one.
No simak nitanskuitapanak. Kitahtawe. Pimo nanihtaw kito pimo pigihitaw. Pimo nanihtaw kito pimo pigihitaw.
Nanita. Wow. I'm pretty sure that was a false start. Oh.
Pimo nanihtaw kito.
Nanita.
Pimo nanihtaw kito pimo.
Ogitwawak. I don't know this word. Let me listen to it again.
Nanihtaw kito pimo pigihitaw.
Gehicht. Holy. This is a tough one. I think I know what he's saying, but I'm like, what's the word? Just let me try it again.
Nanihtaw kito pimo pigihitaw.
You know, we ran into this before, way in the beginning. It was the part of the story where he was talking about Sweetgrass being caught. And it's like, there's just a word there I don't know. I'm just gonna flag these because I don't understand them.
Pimo nanihtaw kito pimo pigihitaw. Pimo nanihtaw kito pimo pigihitaw.
Interesting. Okay, we'll keep going. Don't want to sit there all night. Just want to think about it for a minute.
Ekta kispinuikats tasihtami konnewi huun. Ekta kispinuikats tasihtami konnewi huun. Eikta kispinnuikats tasihtami kun ne vihuun.
Wihuin tasitamihkun. Another word I don't. Tasitamihkun. Tasitam is that one discusses something. Tasitam. Let me just look this up and see if there's. And also, I just.
Eikta kispinnuikats tasihtami kun ne vihuun.
Tasitamihkun. I wonder if it's. Well, he's not saying it this way, but I'm just looking at tasitamihkun. Ihkun. Ihkun. What is tasitam is to discuss something. But there's this thing that happens with. We'll just take this word. Itam. Or I'll pick on this one here. Witam. Let me make this a bit bigger. You can kind of see that. I'm going to break this window out and move it over a bit just so it's a little more friendly on mobile. That seems okay. Just pick on this word, witam. Of course it won't work the way I want it to. Yeah, it's a long. There. Which is sort of like that one tells about something, but there's this thing you can do that's productive. Meaning you can take this word and add onto it, and sometimes it's an O and sometimes it's an I, and you can say, I don't know if you could say witamiheo or witamoheo. I wonder if either of those would make sense. Let's just see if we can find it. No, itamoheo. So there's itam, right? This one was itam. Can you say witamiheo? No. But if we just look at itam, right? And that one says thus about something, talks about something. But if you say itamoheo, then that is like, oh, attaches something. No, that's a different word. That's a bad example. Let's try this one. Let's try wapatam. This is also a bad example. Jiskwa. I might be formulating a really bad case here. Let me just search. Moheo. Ganaway tamoheo. Ask someone to look. So if you say ganaway tam is like to look after something. Ganaway tam oheo, to ask someone to look after. Make someone look after something. Let's see if we can find another one. But sometimes it's an I. Gaskeitam tamiheo, to make somebody sad. Gaskeitam, somebody's like lonely or sad, I guess. Tamiheo. And my question is, why is it sometimes iheo, and sometimes it's oheo? And I don't know. And is it a regional thing? Anyway, it's not. It just made me wonder about this one, if it's e, and then that e gun would be like, it's almost like it was discussed with me, or it was spoken about with me, perhaps. Just my guess. Just my guess.
Ekta kispinnuikats tasihtamih konnewihuin.
Just my guess.
Kikapm kakihchehta kik.
Ki ta kik. Let's grab a bit more from this one.
Kikapm kakihchehta kik. Namoy kikapm na nepiusito ta kik eukawa.
Kikapim nepeo.
Kikapm kakihchehta kik. Namoy kikapm na nepiusito ta kik eukawa.
Sito ta kik. And there's one word at the end there.
Kakihchehta kik. Namoy kikapm na nepiusito ta kik eukawa.
Go. Oh. Let me think about that word. Nepeo ta kik. To nepeo is to be shy, or maybe even like ashamed. Nepeo tota. Ashamed of something. Ashamed about something, maybe. Kikap na nepeo tota kik. Yeah, we're getting into some big words that's fine. Just keep going. Do the
Eukawa nemo sompan ki kaituetsik. Eukawa nemo sompan ki kaituetsik.
kikahituitsik.
Eukawa nemo sompan ki kaituetsik.
There's more to that, I think.
Magami ono te keise. Kikapumovichi kotsik. Magami ono te keise. Kikapumovichi kotsik.
Wichikuchik. Again, I'm in that place where I'm like, I think I know all of these words, but I don't think I could translate or interpret.
On stofta monwa. Mahtenis tekta nikapm. On stofta monwa. Mahtenis tekta nikapm. On stofta monwa. Mahtenis tekta nikapm. Nikapm mamte manoma. Kaya se meska na ugagipm. On stofta monwa.
I'll just shorten that. We'll listen to the last bit because I don't know if I heard that right.
Nikapm mamte manoma. Kaya se meska na ugagipm. Nikapm mamte manoma.
Mammitum.
Nikapm mamte manoma. Nikapm mamte mano.
Mamteman. Mammittemanuma. Yep. It's mittemeo. I was trying to remember this word today. To follow something. Mamtamanoma. It sounded like the beginning of Mamtanetin, Mamtanetam. It doesn't like that short A for some reason. Oh, it doesn't like any of it. That's okay. There's some combinations of preverbs just with different words that don't seem to work with the spell checker for some reason. So I've got quite the list for the U of A when we get there. We just make sure I have the rest of this correct. Gaia se meskano. Let's just grab the last chunk for good measure. Daunamagosiak, that was afforded us, would you say that? Yeah, this definition's lacking, I think. Yeah. I'm going to leave that one red so that I can discuss it with Wes when the time comes. We're at 62 minutes. We might finish this today.
Kisapeweni.
I don't know that word. Kisapewin. Huh. Flag that one too. I think he's saying Gisenuani. Gisenuani. I think that's what he's saying. I think that's what I'm hearing. Gisenuani. 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 This first word I don't know. The second one is like, well, if you think about that word Giseanu, right? Giseanu, which I think is like an old man, I guess, but I wonder if in this context it's like for him to arrive in a place of wisdom or something like that. Totally just spitballing here. Xienu, elder. Yeah. I'll flag that one too so I can just set. Gisapeu. Oh, I see what this is. That's from Napeo, like Gisapeu. I wonder if you'd say an aged man, old, kind of like old age. It sounds so bad in English. I think I know what he's saying though. Like Gisapeu. So we think of napeo. The definition that if you look up napeo, you get two definitions in the dictionary. You end up with man and brave or husband. I think brave is in here too. Yeah. Napeo, napeoin. I think this is what he's saying here. But he shortened it. Gisapeo. Gisapeo. To be an accomplished man, aged. I'm really guessing here. Gisapeo. Comes to fully grown. Gisapeo ni. But adulthood is the wrong interpretation here. That's the word there. I'm still going to flag it because I want to discuss it with Wes. Oh, I can't get to my matches there. Yeah. Just flagged it so that we can talk about it. Okay, let's keep going. We're doing good. We're at 62 minutes. We're we're at the end. We did like the last 6 minutes today. This is amazing.
Maga accept mauiogo.
Ah.
Nikapn tatasihten kiitoa mahpuitiko muistats.
Ma acceptama. The way he says that. Eogo.
Maga accept mauiogo. Nikapn tatasihten kiitoa mahpuitiko muistats.
Nika bim da si long I.
Maga accept mauiogo. Nikapn tatasihten kiitoa mahpuitiko muistats.
And he did. I don't think it likes BIM in the independent here. Oh, maybe that's not it. There's something it doesn't like if you take that out. Dasihteen. Am I just spelling that wrong? Dasi. No, it's a long I. Weird. Okay, we'll just flag it. It's fine. Eogo just doesn't work. Hasn't for a long time. Oh, we're at the end. We're so close. Let's.
Mistahi kiskisuin o muuta.
Kis.
Eikua mistahi sohkan.
Kiskisuin.
Mistahi kiskisuin o muuta. Ja. Eikua mistahi sohkan.
Okay, I should let you know that your conversations are live on the internet on 6 platforms.
So kan mito ni mama muuse hono me sisigi wake ta sihtama. So kan mito ni mama muuse hono me sisigi wake ta sihtama.
Muuse honoma, I think he said. I'll find that in a sec.
So kan mito ni mama muuse hono me sisigi wake ta sihtama.
I got hung up on this. I gotta listen one more time.
So kan mito ni mama muuse hono me sisigi wake ta sihtama.
Tasitaman. See, why did that one worked, but Nitasitin doesn't? It's so weird. Anyway, we'll have a list. We'll have a list for. He said Nemusihun. It is a long O, short I. One more time.
So kan mito ni Ne mama mu se hono ma sisigi go ikap ta sihtama.
I'll just leave it like that because he did say it that way.
I go ke gi ki sihta wa koma ta poewen. I go ke gi ki sihta wa koma ta poewen.
Giga ki te ta kwa kuma.
I go ke gi ki sihta wa koma ta poewen.
So we're past all the hard words now, I understand again.
Nestohtamoen.
Se to tamuin. Let's grab another word there.
Nestohtamoen. Sipehtamoen.
Bill says, Gisa Peo, come to manhood. In this context, though, like Wes was talking about himself, so I'll have to go back. Like, I think I get it, but I wonder if because he's already an old man, right? Or he's like aged, right? So then it seems to me he's talking about something more, more than that, I'll say.
Sipehtamoen.
This is really
Igua tapua gehtamoen oma.
Igua tapuagi tamuin uma tapuagi tamuin. Jeez, every time I gotta go look up this word, how to spell it right, because it's not the way I think it is. Okay, let's go find it here. Really? Tapu. It is that way. Tapuageitam. Yep. Spell it wrong every time. Tapuageitam. And that also should be.
Uia seua o nā māmau tau I mau I tā kā gipim kikpaktin go ya koma. Uia seua o nā māmau tau I mau I tā kā gipim kikpaktin go ya koma.
Ka gipim pagtin gosiak, I think you said.
Uia seua o nā māmau tau I mau I tā kā gipim kikpaktin go ya koma.
I think that's what I'm hearing.
Uia seua o nā māmau tau I mau I tā kā gipim kikpaktin go ya koma.
I'm hearing that in there, kieka, but that's not. One more time.
Uia seua o nā māmau tau I mau I tā kā gipim kikpaktin go ya koma.
Oh, I see. Curtis is saying, coming to his time as an evolving man, basically saying he's reached the peak of manhood. Yes, that humans reach, perhaps. I think that's what or like manhood, but like when I interpret the word napeo, I don't think of it as, sorry, I didn't finish that thought earlier. My apologies. When I think of napeo in the traditional sense, I don't think of it as manhood per se. I think of napeo as a role, right? A role within a community. When you think of that word nape kasuinu, like we might interpret that as brave or warrior or something like that, but it's more like a role, like something to aspire to, something to work towards achieving, because it represents that that if you've if you've attained standing in that role, I'm spitballing here, so don't hold me on, don't hold my words against me here. But it's like nowadays we think about our place in Western society. It would be tempting to think of your places like individuals, right? But those roles existed because, and when you think about like Ogichi Tawak, Nape Kasuinuak, the roles that they played were something that they would work towards and aspire to be not just recognized within the community, but to have accomplished a place where you were fulfilling the deepest need to provide for the community in a wholesome way, right? Right, and like it was something, he talked about that in this story about how the little ones would look up to that. They all wanted to be in that place. They of like brave really meant brave. Like the things that they would do. The way Les Skinner describes that word, nape kasuinu, he describes it like as just such a like an immense act of bravery. And Wes has touched on some of that in this story, like where are those people today? Right? Where do we see that today? It's not the same way. The people that are held in places or positions of esteemedness in Western society, they haven't really earned it in the same way. It's like, I mean, we have this democratic system, I guess, but I mean, you can trick people into putting you into positions of power. We see this, right? We see this everywhere. And so many people who are in positions of power haven't necessarily earned those positions of power in the same way that you would traditionally, in a traditional way, right? So when I think about that gisa peu and the way, and just like having listened to Wes lots and heard lots of these stories, like my suspicion is that there's more to that word. I could be overthinking it too, though. Majorly. I could be majorly overthinking that word, but like that's just based on my understanding of what Wes is speaking to. He's speaking about a level of accomplishment, like idyllic, I don't know, whatever that word is, an ideal place of, what would you say, self-actualization. I don't know, I'm just making stuff up at this point. It makes so much more sense in the language, doesn't it? Does it just make more sense in the language? In English, it's so hard to explain. I've arrived. That one's a spell check issue. We are so close. We are at 63 minutes. It is sahama.
Sahama. Eukne mainagi mosompan no kagi tueche gumameska no. Eukne mainagi mosompan no kagi tueche gumameska no. Eukne mainagi mosompan no kagi tueche gumameska no.
Mosum pan. I don't know how to spell that. Oh, I guess it's like that. Kimosum pannuak. That was a guess, but just based on, that's just like a super common pattern. Pannuak. Kimosum pannuak. There's like I call that a long N. It's where you've got NIN, or it's like SIS. Like Dwasimsak. What? Dwasimsinanak. It's like SIS in there.
Eukne mainagi mosompan no kagi tueche gumameska no.
Kagi tuechik.
Eukne mainagi mosompan no kagi tueche gumameska no. Kispen giwimet the man.
if you're going to follow that road.
Kispin giwimit the man.
Let's grab a little bit more from that one.
Kispin giwimit the man. Ergun stuh tamok. Eso kah meskano.
Let's grab a bit more for that one.
Eso kah meskano. Wahyo tehnikan kikap mai to taihun.
Wow. Oh, I can just feel the emotion of that. The power of it.
Eso kah meskano. Wahyo tehnikan kikap mai to taihun.
E to taihi koyen. It'll take you far. E to taihi koyen.
Wahyo kikatago taihun. Eso
I just wanted to fix that long A. I knew it was a long A.
wahyo kikatago taihun.
Ka tagu taihi kun. It'll take you far. You will. How would you say that? Ki tagu taihi kun. You will be made to arrive far away. I don't know. That's a really naive way to say that, but tagu taihi kun. Actually, I'm gonna flag that one for Wes so I can ask him. I know what it means, but what would be a very fluent way to interpret that?
Mina wahyo kikapin tao na mo awak.
Kigapim.
Mina wahyo kikapin tao na mo awak.
Doin Moawak. It's going to speak about family, maybe?
Mina wahyo kikapin tao na mo awak. Kitay sini makitan skutapa nakwa kumaka na.
Sini mak. Kitay sini mak. Kitay sini mak. Had it, lost it.
Mina wahyo kikapin tao na mo awak. Kitay sini makitan skutapa nakwa kumaka na.
Skutapanak. Kiwa kumaganak. Kitan skutapanak. Is that a long O? Kitaniskutab. Oh, I'm sure missed a long A. Kitanskutapanak.
Kikaita pahta kiko mauista wao. Mahtiki egipe. Kikaita pahta kiko mauista wao. Mahtiki egipe. Kikaita pahta kiko.
Ita pata gik wista wow. Is it like they'll see far? They'll see itapata. How do you just? It's like wapata itapata. Look at something the way you'll see it, I guess.
Kikaita pahta kiko mauista wao. Mahtiki egipe pntsaha kiko mameskana.
Mahtikia. Whoops. I gotta just not get hung up on the spelling in the middle of the thing and actually listen.
Kikaita pahta kiko mauista wao. Mahtiki egipe pntsaha kiko mameskana.
Just that last word. Oh, well, before Meskano, I got that one.
Ma tiki e gi pe pnsaha ki go ma meskana.
It is sahakik.
Ma tiki e gi pe pnsaha ki go ma meskana.
It is sahagik. That's what I'm hearing. It is saham. It is send something there. Man, I wish I could remember all these words sometimes. I know they sink in eventually. It is sahakik.
Ma tiki e gi pe pnsaha ki go ma meskana.
Short A. So let me, Mina Wayo. It'll take you far. Mina Wayo kikap tawanamo wawak. You'll create opportunity for your people, your relatives, your what's the word for that? Those to come. Kitanskotapa nak, like your, what's the word for that? The ones that come after you, basically. For them to see. I wonder if he's still talking about the road. Oma wisto mate kia egi itisaha kik meskin. Oh yeah, I know he is. For them to go down that road as well. Send something there. I'll have to ask Wes about that. Like, I think I get it, but I'm obviously missing something. We're at the end.
E ta so ke so win ki ka mo na mai.
Kika bim utinaman.
E ta so ke so win ki ka mo na mai.
Oh, wow, dinaman. I think there's actually a difference between, like, and again, this is one of those things I'd love to chat with Wes. Where did that window go? I lost it. I had my, oh, it's over here. The difference between utna and uhtina. And I think it's this one. Like to take from there specifically, from a specific place. To get strength from that, I guess.
Ka mo na mai ka ki o sino.
Ka uhtin nama kakio.
Ka mo na mai ka ki o sino.
And then,
E kuse petama.
wow. We're like, we finished it. Well, we're not finished, but
Ka mo na mai ka ki o sino.
yeah. Almost 64 minutes. Yeah, I know, right? Curtis says, yay. I'm like, I'm so excited right now. We've been working on this for, like, this is the first what I started working on, and like, wow. 676 regions. I just added the ability to, I don't know if you can see that really well. Hard to see on TikTok. 209 issues, but there's 52 issues to discuss with Wes here. So 52, so that'll be the next time I go out, we'll start working through those. Yeah. Wow. And then I'll have to go back and do another pass, obviously, because there's lots of stuff I didn't even flag as we were going through. Lots I did. What's interesting is when you go back and do a second pass, it's like, and I've listened to this story a lot, but to go back through and read along and do a second pass is you pick up a lot of stuff that you missed. So that's really exciting. We've basically finished the first story, how Sweetgrass became chief, which is awesome because the next one we're going to do, I'm 16% into it, so I apologize. I started ahead of you. I wanted to do the Flying Sweat Lodge because it's just such a good story. Well, actually, no, we did this together on, did we do this one together? Oh, I can't even remember now. This is a much shorter story. I think it's only about 15 minutes, 14 and a half minutes. So we should be able to put a pretty good dent in this. And I'm only about 2 minutes in, so actually we can just listen to the first couple minutes here before we wrap up tonight. I think we're 2 hours in. Yeah, we're coming up on 2 hours. Yeah. At least the hard part. Awesome. Cool to finish a story, at least the hard part, Bill says. That way. It's always good. The last couple of days I've been going back through like some old, this Marjorie White, this is one off of YouTube from Wayne Jackson's channel. And this was one of the very first ones that we worked on. And I went back and listened to it recently. Excuse me. I can't share this. I have a prayer that we're going to be throwing on YouTube soon. Not this one. This is a different one. But one of the things that Wes mentioned on my first visit was that he said a lot of people ask him to teach them how to pray. So then on the last day of the first visit, I said, is there a prayer that you would be able to share, that we could record, that you could share? We could share with people to like study, to learn that prayer language. And he prayed for like 7, 8, 10 minutes. So anyway, I just about have that ready to put online. I'll be sharing that one pretty soon. Christy says, Dagaki, thanks. It's cool to see the process and to hear the input of it. This is so much more fun. Just having everyone here, even if it's just like everybody's a little bit quiet. We had some fluent speakers here earlier, which is always fun because they're always like telling me like, this is the word, this is the word. And I'm like, I'm just trying to find the dictionary, but it's always helpful to get those little hints and whatnot. So that's super fun. But yeah, I've been going back through some of these old recordings that I always grab videos off of Facebook, like Ira. It's always, but there's some different speakers that are always putting stuff on Facebook all the time. But so we've got a ton of stuff to do. But yeah, let's listen to this one here just real quick. We'll start at the beginning.
Kagi maita timostaya, kagi maita timostago yahoma. Kiga mam to nehtama. Kiga kakwe nestuhta mahkoma mam to nehtiga noch. Tansimago me toemaga, kigoi mago me kakwe kiskudhomago sianom. Kap maitihta man, kap maita pahta man kigoi. Kap maisepehta man.
So I'll just share with you too, if you're a learner and you're working on this process or thinking about it, if you've been following along, now that we've worked on these, go and listen to that story again. I listen to these over and over and over again, especially once we've done transcribing them, because all of the common language that I understand, there's like for instance, we just finished Sweetgrass, how Sweetgrass became chief. So then I will, there's some parts of the story where my comprehension is very high. There's some parts of the story where my comprehension is very low. And there's some words in there, it's like, even though I hear them, like that one, ititama pe, kap mai ititaman, kap mai itapahtaman kiwe. And I was like, what is that word again? Ititaman, right? So like listen to them over and over again. And I was saying this last night when we were transcribing in a group. If you think about how many times you've heard a word in English, even a word that you don't use very much, like I don't know, complicated or intensity, or like just words that you don't necessarily use every day, but that you still understand what they mean. What was the word that what did baby ask me the other day? What does this word mean? Oh, I got to be writing these down. It's really interesting to watch the learning process of a child go through language. But anyway, think about the number of times you've heard a word in your lifetime, and then use that as rationale or justification to listen to these stories over and over and over again, even if you've heard them already, or actually, especially if you've heard them already. Listen to it again. Listen to it again. Maybe jump around between different ones, but then go back and listen to those again. Because to try and lock in some of those words that we don't hear very frequently, because in the context of the story, especially in the context of a story that you already know, right? Then hearing that word again and be like, oh yeah, that word. Oh yeah, what does that mean? Oh yeah. The stories are such a gift. Stories are such a gift, and then they continuously give us a context or a framework within which to remember these things, right? And Wes actually talks about that a lot in his own way. So I'm kind of paraphrasing, but just a recommendation to learners, especially these ones we're working on. Go back and listen to them again, because maybe not everything in there, you might be like, oh, I don't quite understand all of that. That's okay, but the parts that we worked on together, those parts, if you understand those, it'll just reinforce, and that understanding of the context of the story will grow and spread, and we're just like filling in those patches, hey, filling in those pockets of understanding, like patching a quilt back together, right? Yeah. Anyway, so let's listen some more. I'm listening to this one again, so I'm getting a lot out of it. Wawuchit.
Nehio. Paska segi wapstigane tegi kinwanskut. Ja pitsmanegi api ketom. Egamdanegi chihkehtakmana kikamatotsit. Anana tohkigoyo chimatotsit kikantona naskumotom. Himatesone ja vihkuusit. Ja sisena tohkigoy kagagi semustamoatoja.
Yeah.
Kape nata motota gotoma kakwewiche hatoma na nata wehone. Minno kaapa uune te keise. Anak seini issana. Kitahta uutta kape tagohteet. Paskatseja muisee maakin tuohaatsi mostaa kanma. Niki on jäsenkaan no muuta kaiset kiitahtavai. Nutta. Tanssimaa keego. Omta no kuuskenigo GGP. Tahta kohteet segoma niinku taanihneet ehkä peohtohtia nohtsit.
Oh, kohtawaanik.
Omta no kuuskenigo GGP. Tahta kohteet segoma niinku taanihneet ehkä peohtohtia nohtsit.
Yeah. See the second pass. I'm already picking up stuff that I missed last time.
Tänegi ma muutsi kehtahko evi mietawe vehtoma pingooma.
Ewi mehtowewit. Mittone.
Evi mietawe vehtoma pingooma.
towewit. Yeah, and he means we me toweyit, I think. That's just the way he says it. Me toweyit. Instead of me toweyit.
Eikä mitä nimistä he suunia ole apteektas $5,000. Avatsa eikä mitä nimistä he suunia ole apteektas $5,000. Avats jackpot. Ekta heapit.
Heapit. Egta.
Eikä mitä nimistä he suunia ole apteektas $5,000. Avats jackpot. Ekta heapit.
One more time.
Eikä mitä nimistä he suunia ole apteektas. Eikä mitä nimistä he suunia ole apteektas $5,000. Avats jackpot. Ekta heapit.
$5,000 awa. Because Sunio is animate, hey? Yeah, right on, Curtis. Appreciate you coming by. We're gonna wrap it up. I'm just like I'm like as soon as I get going, I'm like I don't want to. I just told my wife the other day I just want to transcribe every day.
Eikä hagi peka kwe chimchik. Mahtika gi matutsi hagi.
Kakwe michimchik, is that what he said?
Eikä hagi peka kwe chimchik.
Kakwe chimchik.
Mahtika gi matutsi hagi.
Mahte.
Eikä hagi peka kwe chimchik. Mahtika gi matutsi hagi.
Oh, he says it. That little ch you hear in there? Ch.
Eikä hagi peka kwe chimchik. Mahtika gi matutsi hagi.
Mahte. Matote si. Hagik. Do you say?
Eikä hagi peka kwe chimchik. Mahtika gi matutsi hagi.
If you could sweat them. Should be putting quotes around all of this. Matot sihkik. Another one there. Matot san. Oh, Cyrus. Sorry, did I call you Curtis? I was like, because I'd forgot. I was like thinking Cyrus, but I was also thinking Curtis for some reason. But Discord, because I'm streaming, it obscures your name, like streaming mode is on or whatever. And I'm like, and so I got mixed up. I get overwhelmed when I have all of this stuff going on. So I get screens and stuff everywhere. Metotse. Yeah, Metotse Heo. I'm gonna put this one because there's like a transitive version of that. Anyway.
Kaki se musta mori, kikatau na magosik. Kaki se musta mori, kikatau na magosik. Kaki se musta mori, kikatau na magosik.
Se musta moagik.
Kaki se musta mori, kikatau na magosik.
Kika tauenam.
Kaki se musta mori, kikatau na magosik.
Yeah, taunamagustik. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that one there. Now I'm like, shoot. We did this one together live. Now I have to wait to do this one. So that means I need to start on another one on my own time. That's okay. We have lots of stories to do. By the way, if you're on, we're streaming on Discord tonight as well, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. So we've got, I just about have the streaming thing figured out. We do have a Discord server. If you're a learner, you can find it on my Facebook page. And actually, if you were in Keanu Transcribe, if you go to the support page, I thought I had a link on here. In Transcribe, if you go to the support page, there's a link to the Discord there as well. You can, if you're interested in sort of hanging out with other learners. What else was I going to say? Yeah, I think that's all I got. I think we're going to wrap it up there tonight. Man, we finished that story, which is amazing. That feels really good. Oh, and I was going to say, I'm still adding more and more stories on YouTube. So it is a separate YouTube channel. You can find it in my... Well, I post the stuff on Facebook all the time, but also if you go to my... I think I put my link tree in my Facebook bio. Did I do that? I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah. My link tree's there. So you can find it whether on TikTok or Facebook. You can find this. And then the stories are there on, they're a separate channel. Sweetgrass Stories, a 21st Century Perspective. We've done 3 visits with Wes so far. And we have over 24 hours, I think, of stories in the language. Bill says he got his Keanu fixed. Perfect. That's amazing. So we have, well over 20 hours of stories in the language. And we still have one more visit to do with Wes. We haven't scheduled that just yet. We'll wait for the snow to settle in a little bit. And then everybody to get sort of... figure out what dates are going to work for everyone. We're just kind of letting it. We got all three visits done in like a kind of like boom, boom, boom. We got 3 done, which is good. And but if you go to that channel, I just posted another story recently. Namagi Guego Stum, which was a story about Wes's great grandfather Wes Fineday talking about when Mandelbaum came to visit. And anyway, so there's a bunch of stories. There's quite a bit there if you want to go and listen to those. And yeah, we're going to leave it there tonight. I'll just leave the stream up for maybe another minute or something. Any last minute salutations? Let me know where you're tuned in from tonight. I think we have a couple, 1 or 2 folks from Rocky Boy. And if there's any last questions or anything as well as we wrap up the stream tonight. I think that vertical format worked okay for TikTok. It doesn't work super great when you're looking at other stuff. It just kind of looks wacky, but it kind of works. Yep. Cyrus says, all good, I don't mind. People have called me worse, he says. Than Curtis. I have to start coming up with names for people. All right. That was a good stream. I think immediately I'm going to go back and listen to that story. I've probably listened to it maybe 6 or 8 times, I think. And what's interesting is the more I transcribe Wes, when I get into the next stories, then I understand the phrasing and the vocabulary. I understand so much more. And even between recording the first session and then going back for additional sessions made such a big difference. All right, we're going to go for 1 more minute before I shut down. I really appreciate everybody for coming on tonight. Aha, tapui. Kista kananaskum tin Cyrus. Miasin e pe we Atoscamian Miasin Anma. Kista Bill. Miasin Bill says, thank you and keep it up. Looking forward to the next story and to finish this one. Dap way. And if we do that, work on that story that Brandon's working on again, that'll be fun. Okay, kakio kitam skat now, wow, asay mina. Mr. He, nanaskomo nitayana anuts. Ay, katips kaguma. Mitteninimiuetinuma. Tatoskata ma, tapimatoskata ma kuma atsamuana. Ay, mitteninimiuetinuma. Nitkakitin. Tagisita ya kuma atsamuan. Tanse gagi peogi mawit. Owa, wikaskokisin. Gagi sigasot. Tagakatsamun Oma. Ja, kista have a good night, Branda. Kista mio tips kanse. Egwa kista wao kakio. Mio tips kansik. Aya, mio pimotek, mio giwek, mio guamek. Aya, mio nipak. Except the manista. We're going to stop the stream there, and I thank you all again for stopping in tonight. Everybody have a great